Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are live. I'm here with my good friend and partner, Jeff. Jeff, what's going on?
Hey, living the dream, man. Thanksgiving week. I got a lot to be thankful for, especially the good people we get to work with, right?
I love it. Yep. And here's kind of what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the importance of building business credit and why so many people get tripped up on this. Okay.
Yep.
Now, if we're starting from the top, you want to build business credit, one, because it'll help you separate your business and your personal credit. All right.
Right.
The reason why that I see all the time is a big challenge for anybody operating a business is simple. People use their personal cards or cards they think are business, and it reports to your personal credit. All right. So now what that is doing is it's weighing down your credit, and it's actually making it harder for you to get approved for top options like an SBA loan or a line of credit or equipment finance. All right. So that's reason number one why you
Yeah,
guys.
it makes you look crappier personally, and then you don't get the credit building on the business. So your business looks weak, and you look like you're overloaded in debt. Congratulations, you're screwed.
Exactly. So that is a big thing that I see constantly now is people not building business credit. I just saw three people in the last, call it 5 days, get declined for lines of credit, and they should have all gotten approved for anywhere between 50,000 and 250,000, and they were declined because they do not have the business credit. You know where else I see this impact people? I see it impact people when they apply for equipment financing, and I see it impact people when they apply for SBA loans. All right. So having business credit is important. It doesn't substitute for having strong personal credit. All right. If anybody is telling you and selling you that you need to buy something to build business credit so you can get additional money, I wouldn't jump on that. Okay. Because if you still have a crappy credit score, personal credit score, it's not going to do anything for you. You know? It's having good personal credit and good business credit, and that's going to help you move the needle the most. Does that make sense?
It showed that you can do the stuff in both arenas because, like we've talked about, it's about the jockey, right? Well, if you suck personally, you're probably gonna suck in business even more because you're giving more money. But here's the other thing I noticed a lot. Everybody right now, if everybody pulls out their wallet and open their wallet, say, when did you have credit cards? When did you open up credit cards? Probably pretty young, 18, 20, whatever. You might have crappy cards, but you started. You had a few in your wallet. Did you need them right then? No, but you know you need some credit cards, right? So we had them before we absolutely needed them. Not what, oh, hey, it's emergency, I can't pay the bills, can't buy groceries. No, you got them because you're, I don't know, at least partially an adult, and you know you need credit cards to use them and gradually build them up. As an 18-year-old, you're not going to get a $25,000 credit card or an unlimited credit card like we have. But you can get something. But in business, they take that first loan to get them going. You go, la, 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 everything's fine. Until they got their back against the wall, and it's too late to get help. That's why they need to have the same mindset of get some lines of credit, get some loans, get some stuff going for when stuff happens, because it's going to. Whether it's because you want to scale your business or because you have a couple bad months, whatever else it is. But the sooner you get credit, the safer you are. Look at interest rates right now. I had some of my clients, I know you did too, that a couple of years back, we told them, get a line of credit, get this. They didn't do it. And now they need it. And guess what? It's twice as hard to get and more than twice the interest rate.
Yep.
So even if you have to get it now, take it and refi it. But again, the sooner the better. Have it before you need it, and you're safer.
And guys, here's something about building business credit. Most people have never done it, and it's something you actually have to actively go out and do. All right. Yep. So if you haven't done it today, the best time to start is today. The best time to start was exactly the day you started your business. But no one knows that, or most people don't know that, so they don't do it. All right. So we're going to give you a couple of great nuggets here that'll help you. And if you want more, you could always join us in Capital Tools, right? Capital Tools, we give you the blueprint for all of our growth strategies that goes through. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, there's so much more in there, but we're going to give you some gold nuggets today that you guys can use. And then hopefully you join us in Capital Tools to get the rest of them to really grow your business the right way and not take out expensive debt, take out the debt that is actually going to help you, like an SBA loan, a line of credit, or equipment financing. All right. But this is the basis of all of that. or good start to it. All right. So the first thing you need to know is, well, how can I check my business credit, or how do I set it up? The easiest way to do it is you want to go to dnb.com. It's short for Dun & Bradstreet. You go to Dun & Bradstreet and you look up your company. If your company's there, you claim it. All right. Now, before you go and start setting everything up, it's important that there's 5 things they're looking for you to do right now. Okay. And if you don't have them done, you could actually hurt your business credit. All right. And now we go into this in much greater depth in Capital Tools, but this will give you enough to get started and to be dangerous. Okay. First, you need a business email. All right. So it can't be Jeff sells businesses at, Jeff
at AOL.com.
Yeah, at AOL.com. Right. It has to be something that ties into your website. So for me, it's Jonathan at Integrated Business Financing. Right. So you need that. It'll cost you $9 or $10 a month. The next thing you're going to need is a business phone number. All right. It can't be a Google Voice number. You actually need a business phone number that is tied to your business.
And a lot of people do that. I've seen that so many times. Like last 2 years, I bet a good 30% of people I run into, they have a Google Voice over IP. I'm like, why? Do you just want to look shady? Do you want to have a fly-by-night business? Buy real estate with no money down at 2:00 in the morning? Is that what you want to look like? Really?
Yeah. And this is what we run into. I can tell you, I see it on so many applications that come in that it kills me. That, or the worst is they have a PO box. Okay. Which leads me to the next thing. And guys, the reason I say a PO box is bad on anything is because it's a very high indicator or flag for fraud. All right. So you don't want a PO box on anything. So you want your business address. And even if you're home-based, put your home. Okay. If you rent an office, have that. The biggest thing is all those things match. All right. Then this you would think is easy and simple, but you'd be surprised how many people don't have this set up properly. Having an actual. By the way,
if you have address there, like say you have a home and you have an office there, I've heard some very wise people say that if you put Suite A, so this address, Suite A, that helps differentiate from your address. Again, something you may want to look into, or Suite 2 or something like that, to differentiate your address from your personal. So that's your business. Of course, maybe the same physical location, but that's something to look into and consider. And if you are in a big building, make sure you're not getting confused with 5 other businesses using the same address. Just like we ran to with EIDL loans not long ago. There's some scams going on with that. I think one of them had 150 businesses at one address.
Mm-hmm.
A little fishy.
Yeah. It shows up, guys. Right? It shows up. And then the next thing is just having a business bank account. That is actually a dedicated business bank account through whatever bank you use. I would try to stay away from these online lending platforms like Novo or a Bluevine to set up a business bank account. That's not going to help you. Stick to the majors, Chase, Bank of America, Citi, TD, or a regional bank. As long as it's a business bank account, that's what you need. That's what we're looking for.
Plus, that way you're not commingling funds. You don't want to do that anyway. Your CPA should tell you that, hopefully.
Yeah, right. You would hope. One would hope. And then the last piece of it is you need even if you don't really think you need a website, you need a website, and it has to include everything except the business bank account. So you want anywhere that you're online, you want your business phone number to match, your business email to match, your business address to match. And then you want all of those on the business website. Once you have those, that's when you go to DMB and claim your profile updated. Now, when you do that, they're going to try to sell you everything, okay? Everything under the sun. You don't need to buy any of it. You can do it all yourself as long as you update that, all right? Once it's updated, then you should go apply for people that report to business credit. Now, here's the trick, and here's something we go into great detail on Capital Tools, all right? Only 7% of companies report, okay? Because you don't have to report to business credit. All right. Now, if you do equipment financing through us or anything through us, we make sure we do it the right way. However, most people don't. Okay.
Right.
So there's a couple companies. I'll give you one, Uline. Okay. You can get a business account with them. And when you apply for business credit, you want to use your tax ID or your Dun & Bradstreet number. All right. And make sure it reports. And when you do that, you never want to put your social on it. Right. These are the basics of building business credit.
Think of your business like a whole nother entity. It's almost like it's a person.
Mhm.
So in other words, don't commingle your personal with that. And if you are signing things, make sure you sign so-and-so manager of blank entity. Make sure you're always signing for the entity, not yourself, because depending on how you're being processed, let's face it, some of these guys processing credit, they're getting minimum wage, they hate their job, their life, everybody else. So they're not exactly always putting their best effort into it. So make it easy for them to put it in. Make it hard, they just grab whatever information they have and stick it in. So be consistent. As Jonathan said before, your addresses have to match. Phone numbers have to match. So that when you go to do the business credit, it better match too. So it ties it all together. If it doesn't, if it misses it, they may reject it.
Yep. And guys, here's some of the other reasons that people really don't talk about. If you have if you bid on work or you work for municipalities, they actually check your business credit. And if you don't have an 80 Paydex or more, you might not get the job, or you only might get smaller jobs or smaller offerings.
Explain what that means.
Paydex is your business credit score. It goes 0 to 100. Okay.
There you go.
You want 80 or better. The other part of it too is it actually makes. Think about it like this: if you had an option to buy two similar businesses, okay, one doesn't have any established business credit, the other one comes with very strong business credit, and they're the same price.
Right.
Which one do you think you're going to pick? I'm going to pick the one that I'm going to automatically get all that business credit right off the bat because it makes me much stronger. All right. So it makes your company more valuable as well. All right. And these are the things that are going to help propel you forward that no one's talking about.
Right. Exactly.
Jeff, what questions do you have on this? Because, Jeff sees everything from a different perspective and different highlight. So this is always good. If I go too fast, then maybe I can explain some things.
So let's go back to Paydex. So we started with here are the elements you need to get started. So now let's talk about this kind of a mystery, and there's some stuff even fuzzy for me. As you said, only certain ones kick in information. So when they're determining this number, what are the things that people need to be aware of or monitor or help to give them the best advantage in getting that number higher and keeping it higher, just like they would on the 3 credit bureaus personally? But what are the things they're going to be focused on with the business credit?
Is open up as many accounts as you can that report only to business credit. Use them, pay them off. Use them, pay them off. Use them, pay them off. Every 3 to 6 months, just like I would advise you to do on a line of credit, you need to ask for an increase, okay? Because you want as much credit as possible. It shows that you're credit worthy. When other people trust you with money or terms, it's easy to get other companies and people to trust you with credit and terms. All right. So that's the name of the game. It doesn't revolutionize your business overnight. However, it helps you get the type of financing you want and deserve. And it makes
percentage of use. So we've talked about this a little bit before too. So some people, we even know some that we won't name, pay everything cash, and all of a sudden they want to borrow a dump truck full of money. Okay. So in general, if you borrow X number of dollars and you handle it right, what can you bump up to next time? And the next time is the next time. The percentages, things like that.
I mean, it's going to be based on, revenue and profitability as well. There's other metrics that go in. However,
Right.
What you're doing is that you're starting off where you will at least qualify or you can get a seat at the table. So
Right.
I'll give you a great example. If we do an SBA loan and they have good personal credit, but they're E-Trans, which is their internal model that takes personal and business credit into account for the SBA, if you're at 150 or lower, you can't even get a seat at the table. Okay. Yeah. You need to be at 175. This is how you get the seat at the table. Same thing when it comes to equipment financing. If you have no comparable debt and no business credit set up, it's going to be more challenging to get approved. And you're probably not going to be the guy that gets a sub 10% rate. You're probably going to be sitting in, the mid to high teens. All right. So the cost of not doing it is substantial. The cost of doing it.
If I borrowed 50 before, can I take 100, 200? Like, what's the percentage you need to show me to get them a good idea?
If you qualify, there's no roadmap to that. Okay. Because listen, the guy that's doing $50,000 a month that built business credit, if he wants a line of credit and he's still doing $50,000 a month after he built the business credit, it's still $50,000 in revenue. Maybe he'll get approved, for 40 to 50,000 on a line of credit. But if he doesn't have the business credit, he could be like one of the other guys that didn't go through, and now we have to work on other types of financing for him, right? It's getting you a seat at the table.
So let's talk about landmine. What are the things that people miss that blow up the sewer, that hurt it, that they didn't even think of?
What usually it is not actually knowing where their business credit is and not actively building it. And the landmine comes when they go to apply and they don't get approved. And the other thing that always happens when you don't have business credit is you're probably using most of, if not all of your personal credit, which is bringing down your personal credit score, which is making it harder to operate and get approved.
Because you have high usage of debt, things like that. Let me ask you this, and I haven't seen this before, but you see a lot of different programs and tools than I do. Is there a way, let's say somebody has a personal credit card. With some of these big companies, is there a way to take that line of or credit card account and move it over, turn it into a business account? So take it from a personal account and turn it into a business account?
I personally haven't seen that. That would be, you may be able to do it, or you might have to just apply for a new business card in and of itself. The most important thing to note is make sure it is a business credit card and you're actually using it for business, okay? Because that will make a big difference, all right?
And even with most of those, you usually still have to sign a personal guarantee. I know some people get this in their head that it's free money. I don't want to sign a personal guarantee. If I bankrupt, no, they don't come after me. Yeah, they're going to come after you. They want their money.
I mean, listen, any type of lending, there's always going to be a limited PG or a PG unless it's invoice factor. Okay. And then they still have a PG in there that if something goes wrong after 90 days as an invoice, you have to buy it back. All right. So people that offer and basically pitch, hey, there's no PG here. There's always some sort of a PG, and they don't know, or they're hiding it. And it's just not a great situation. So I would avoid anything that states or comes off like that, because it's usually not the norm.
Right.
Okay.
And well, another thing I see with that, along that same line, by the way, I see some companies, brokers, or they live in mom's basement and they found an affiliate link. They pitch themselves, they present themselves as having a full buffet of all the different loan options, financing options, lines of credit, all these different things. They pretend like they have all these things, but no matter what you come in on, boom, they move you out over to this very, very high interest line or advance. It's not necessarily the best tool. If you go through our program with the capital tools here, and then on the investment side, especially when you're investing in your business build, there are certain things that work better in certain arenas, whether it's short-term, long-term, equipment, permanent. There's the right tool for the job. If all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail, right? Yeah. So you need more than a hammer in your toolbox. If my mechanic shows up with just a hammer to work on my Bentley, I'm concerned. So that mind, watch for this. As a business owner, as a person, when you see somebody that pretends they have all these things, but every time you go to them, they're like, oh, let's slam you into this thing that's going to cost you the most money of any option there is, no matter what you want. It's a horrible tool for it, but yeah, let's do it. That's because that's all they really have. They use the cool words. They don't have access to the resources. They don't have access to lenders. They don't have decades of relationships to real lenders, real groups that have put these programs together. There's a lot of fly-by-night places. There's a lot of scams. There's a lot of places that are about equal to Paycheck Advance, where they're charging you 40, 50, 60% interest. So be careful of those and know the difference. And if they only have one tool they're pushing you to no matter what, that's a red flag. At least consider looking at other options.
Exactly. And guys, our point in this is we want to show you just a little bit of what's in Capital Tools, because at the end of the day, in Capital Tools, we're going to teach you how to build your business from a growth and financing standpoint from the ground up. Okay. What's important, what's not, what tools you have access to, and then what tools you need to avoid and how to avoid them. Okay.
Right. And at which stage of the game too. There's startup, there's stuff you need at the very beginning, in the middle, and even so either very advanced. You might have 2, 3, 4 locations, 5 businesses, whatever. There's ways you can use and leverage financing to build even bigger to enterprise value. So that's what we cover. It's not just for beginners. It's every stage and every part of that life cycle of your business and of your career.
Yeah. And guys, here's what we're going to do. For people that come in right after this, you're going to get a one-on-one strategy session with me. You get a discounted business valuation with Jeff. You get the equipment financing guide, and you get access to the private Facebook group, okay, where we deliver ongoing trainings. All right. We have ongoing trainings. And by the way, when I do trainings to the masses or I speak somewhere, all of those are getting included and updated, okay, constantly in this course. So you are always in this program, you're always going to have stuff that you can work on, that you can use to leverage and grow your business. Right. And then when you're being in the group, you guys can go and ask anything, and we will respond and answer live as soon as we can in that group. Right. Okay, this is the single biggest and best tool and program that any entrepreneur could have, going from 23 into the whole entirety of 24, and it's lifetime access. All right. Yeah. You'd be crazy not to do it, because our goal is just to support small business, give you guys all the tools, all the resources. And then if you need anything, you just have to raise your hand, and then you have two of the best to actually help you.
Right. All right. We want to say we've made a lot of mistakes. We've been doing this game for a while. We're not 20. Let's put it that way. We want to save you from the mistakes that we made, that those learning opportunities. We want to accelerate your position to get there faster than we did by showing you the right tools that other people don't show you or don't know about. And literally the day you sign up, you've multiplied your money that day just because of the extras we're going to put into it. And this isn't some fly-by-night thing or, hey, join this, and hey, good luck. No, we're there every step of the way. And you're not paying extra for it. We're here to give. We're here to help other entrepreneurs, because our belief in our country, our society, everything right now is it built on our backs. We're not waiting for big government to come save us. We're helping each other. And it's something Jonathan and I connected on very quickly. That's why we became friends. We became good friends, because sharing values and really wanted to help other people. We're tired of the BS. We're tired of wanting to be gurus, taking advantage of people, scamming people. We just want to give you the information and help you get what you need to take care of your business and to take care of your family.
Absolutely. So guys, with that, we're going to leave it. We'll drop Capital Tools in the comments. You guys can hop on, and we look forward to working with you. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope this helped. I hope you all check your business credit. And even more, I hope to see you in Capital Tools. Take care, guys.
See you guys.